Hello and welcome. This is Mass Obscurity, I'm Chewy. Lately I've been playing a lot of games, console games mostly. Some of them been pretty good. Some of them not so much. It got me to thinking, in this day and age, what makes a good game? What makes a game bad? Shouldn't everybody be able to make good games by now? One of the major driving forces behind whether a game is good or bad comes down to its villain, whether they're deep and interesting or just bland and boring. Anyway, I've compiled a list of my bottom 10 RPG villains. What do I mean by bottom 10? I mean the bottom of the barrel, the worst of the worst. The guys you wouldn't want to meet in a brightly lit alleyway, let alone a dark one. We're talking about the guys that could eat your ass for breakfast. Anyway, this is my list. Be forewarned, this is a list of almost nothing but spoilers. But I don't care. That's what I'm here for.
Number 10. The Sinistrals from the Lufia series. Four fairly weak gods, always at war with the human heroes for control of the world. Gades, the Sinistral of Destruction. He relies on physical attacks, and he's very conceited, obnoxious, and incredibly impatient. Amon, the Sinistral of Chaos, with the ability to control people's minds. He's even more overconfident than Gades, and often toys with his enemies, allowing them to get away. Irim, the Sinistral of Death. She usually assumes mortal form and rebels against the other three. She also wants to find heroes strong enough to kill her because she doesn't want to be a Sinistral anymore. As long as she's alive, the other three can resurrect. Deus, the Sinistral of Terror, the leader and most arrogant. He would rather destroy the world that he wants to rule rather than be defeated. He loves to make people fear him, but constantly underestimates the power of humans. Number 9. Deathaven from Breath of Fire 2. While he's not actually seen until the end of the game, his presence is felt. He's a demon that somehow set up a religion masquerading as God, and turns people's prayers into negative energy to make him more powerful. He doesn't do much but enslave the minds of a large portion of the world in hopes to take it over, but that, mixed with the fact that he forces you to watch him kill your friends, and you need the power of infinity just to make him weak enough to fight, places him at number 9 on this list. Number 8. Gygus from Earthbound. Wait, maybe you recognize him more like that. Gygus from Earthbound. 10 years after the game Earthbound takes place, you're told that Gygus destroys the entire realm of existence. He was driven mad by the loss of his mother, and he can't seem to find companionship with anyone or anything else. His madness has grown so deep that it actually destroys his entire mind and even his body, forcing him to become a being of pure negative energy. He becomes irrational and loses control of himself. His crony Pokey actually refers to him as an almighty idiot. This is quite possibly the most controversial enemy on this list, with a lot of people believing some bizarre abortion story about the setting of the last boss. While you are forced to go back in time to a point where he is weaker, and a lot of people think that refers to him being still in the womb, it's actually a point after his physical body has already been destroyed by his madness, which means that he has actually been born and lived. While it is true that this monster was inspired by a traumatic experience from the creator when he was a young boy walking into the wrong movie, it wasn't this notorious rape scene that everyone seems to think. I've actually seen the scene of the movie, and to believe it's a rape is actually ludicrous. It's a murder scene, and it's not nearly as graphic as anything we've seen today. Number 7. Thanatos, or Dark Lich from Secret of Mana. Thanatos is an evil sorcerer who extends his life by possessing younger individuals. He rises to an influential position of the Empire by manipulating the Emperor and the entire nation with his view of a new peaceful world. He eventually narrows his possession candidate to Diluc, a talented young general and the boyfriend of the female hero in the game. Diluc actually does the heroic thing and kills himself while Thanatos is trying to possess him, which forces Thanatos into his spirit or Dark Lich form. this boss possibly has the coolest boss music ever. Number 6. Lavos from Chrono Trigger. Lavos is an immensely powerful alien, roughly the size of the meteor which destroyed the dinosaurs in real life. In the game, it slams into the Earth in 65 million BC and begins absorbing the DNA from all living beings on the planet. It collects this DNA to evolve itself, then reproduce stronger spawn who will then leave the planet and cause the same destruction on other worlds. Around the time it's ready to begin reproducing, it surfaces, destroying the whole face of the planet it inhabits with insanely powerful magic. Number 5. Saren and Sovereign from Mass Effect. From the first time you see Saren, he's just plain evil. In one of the very first scenes of the game, he shoots a former friend of his in the back of the head. The worst part is that while you witness all of these evil acts that he commits, you can do nothing about it, because he's an untouchable elite soldier called a Spectre, and the Galactic Council doesn't believe you until you can find evidence. Saren's goal, while possessed by the Reaper posing as his ship Sovereign, is to bring the Reaper fleet back into the galaxy from wherever they're secluded, so that they can exterminate all biological life.
I was afraid you wouldn't make it in time, Shepard.
In time for what?
The final confrontation.
Some part of you must still realize this is wrong. You can fight this.
Maybe you're right. Maybe there is still a chance for... The implants. Sovereign is too strong. I'm sorry. It is too late for me.
It's not over yet. You can still redeem yourself.
Goodbye, Shepard.